to the Pedagogical Grammar for Arabic Speakers of English. Today, we are talking about time, and in particular, the present. Talking about time is an important part of our lives and our daily activities. We use language to talk about time, and each language has its own system for describing each of the following time features. We can talk about when events take place, the tense, or waqt al-fa'il, and this is generally shown on the verb in both English and Arabic. We can also talk about how long events last, the duration, or al-muddah. We can talk about how often events happen, the frequency, taqrar. In English, we usually refer to the time of events in relation to where the speaker is. So we talk about events being present, past, or future. In English, we can also relate events that began in the past. We can relate them to the present with the present perfect. But today, we are dealing only with the present. Some events, even when we talk about the present, begin before the time of speaking, or happen or around and include the time of speaking, and may also continue after the time of speaking. There are two very important words to remember when talking about verbs. One is the form or shape of a verb. For example, we have the verb to talk. So we have talk, talks, talked. More importantly, we must learn the function of the verb, which is the job that a verb form does. Now, English, like Arabic, has two verb forms, and these have a lot of work to do in each language. We can make a number of verb phrases by joining some part of each main verb with other helping verbs. This happens in both English and Arabic. For example, in English, we use the verb to be, as in he is talking, and the verb to have, as in he has gone, with some part of the main verb. And in Arabic, we can use part of the verb kana, as in kana yaktib, with some form of the main verb. In both English and Arabic, there are also time phrases that show a point of time, last week or today, length for 2 hours, and frequency, always, often, never, every day. So learning the form of the verbs is quite easy, but learning the job of each verb form is sometimes more difficult. And it is important to remember also that there is not always a one-to-one correspondence between the jobs or functions of verbs in English and in Arabic. So let's look at talking about the present. We use the words present tense or al-mudari to describe a whole range of events. So let's have a look at some examples here in English. We have a verb here, Ayman drinks coffee, and a time phrase every morning. Here we have a verb phrase. A phrase is where there is more than one word. So we have am typing, and we also have another time phrase here, now. The students read. We have the verb read, sometimes. The next one, we have another verb phrase, the sun is shining, and the children are playing in the park. And here we have a time phrase, at the moment. Here we have the verb to be. Ali is a professor in Kuwait. His brothers are engineers. And then Baghdad is the capital of Iraq. So if we look at what we mean by present in English, we have the present simple, which is the verb form as we have here with eats. And the function of this verb form is to talk about a habit. something that happens often, every day, always, or from time to time. As we saw in the examples above, we also had a verb phrase that consisted of the verb to be plus the ing, and this is what we call the present progressive or continuous. And this shows us or describes an action that is happening now, at the moment, at present, or currently. So when we refer to events as being in the present, we may mean something that happens every day. For example, he eats lunch every day. Something that happens from time to time. He eats fish sometimes. Something that is happening at the moment of speaking. He's eating now. Or something that is always true. For example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. If we look then at what is different or similar between English and Arabic, you can look at this chart here. We have the English present simple, which we said describes habit, something that happens sometimes, often, every day. So if we take these two verbs, I go or I wear in English, we translate them into Arabic with adhab or albus. When we come to the English present progressive, with the verb phrase, the helping verb and the main verb, I am going or I am wearing, we find that in Arabic, adhab, albus are exactly the same as they were in the equivalent to the English present simple. And you can go down through the table and look at the correspondence. So this is what is very, very important for Arabic speakers to remember in English, that English has two verb forms in the present, and you have to remember the difference in the form and the difference in the function, whereas in Arabic, the one verb form does both. So to quickly review, the English present simple form, which is the single verb, is used to describe scientific facts that are always true, events that are generally true, habitual events that happen frequently, and events that happen from time to time. Then the English present progressive or continuous form is used to talk about an event that is happening at the moment of speaking. For example, the children are playing but the baby is crying. To describe an event that the speaker sees as temporary. She is working in the bank right now, but she wants to change her job. Two important words, time words, to help you understand the use of the present progressive are now and temporary. So now you can go and review your understanding of the present simple and the present progressive by doing the exercises. Thank you.